Just formally welcome back. It's been a nice off season. Really great to see everybody back here in camp. And I do want to say, though, before we get started, congratulations to the Seahawks. What an incredible season. I know it's a big day up in Seattle today. So what a great celebration. And congratulations to players and their staff. What an incredible season. So, and for us getting started down here, I'm really happy. It's been one day. It's only a handful of guys, that got off the mound yesterday. But just from all the work that these guys have put in this offseason, there's a ton of guys down here early, which is a great sign for us. There's a lot of guys that are having to be ready for the WBC here pretty early, and they have accomplished that as well. Some guys off the mound yesterday looked very good and very strong. So, couldn't be happier with the way that day one has gone, and really excited for what lies ahead for us. And it's going to be a little bit of a different spring training because of the WBC, but I know our guys. The purpose down here is to get our work in, to get ready for that. The opening night up in Seattle, and I think we're in a good spot there to get all that done.
Dan, how much do the mechanics of spring training change when everybody leaves? Like the guys that have to go have to ramp up a little bit more. Like how different is it?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely different than last year, and it's something that we've sort of planned for, and we've I think the biggest thing for us is communication and keeping those lines open and. But yeah, getting with guys, helping them understand, the path that they've got to take to get ready. We've got some pitchers as well as position players, so each I think situation presents different, hurdles to climb. But I think we're in good shape. I think we're going to take it in stride. The medical staff, the HP staff, everybody's kind of contributed, and we're in a good spot. I think in terms of communicating even in the off season to let guys help them understand that it's going to be very short ramp up for some of them, and they were ready and willing. So I think the experience of the WBC, I think it's such an honor, and for these guys to be able to be ready for it, I think that comes pretty easily because they're excited for the competition.
To have 16, 17 guys leaving too, how much can that potentially open opportunities for extra bats, extra pitching opportunities, things of that nature once you do get to that stage of camp?
Yeah, no doubt. Those guys have to be ramped up and ready to go, but the other guys need to be ready to go too because there will be some vacancies to fill in spring games, and I think you're right. It's a great opportunity for a lot of young guys to get opportunities maybe that they wouldn't have normally had, or more opportunities than they normally would have. So that presents itself, I think, as a big positive to some of this. And as we know, the Marin organization does such a great job of acquiring and developing talent. From the scouting department through player development, they do such a great job, and we have a lot of guys that are going to get an opportunity, and we're going to be able to see just how deep our organization is, and I think that's really exciting for us as a staff as we watch them and how they handle it, and I think it's great for the fans too to see the organization from top to bottom and to see how deep they are.
Coming off the excitement of the playoff chase last year, and then just even the vibes around the ballpark last week at Fan Fest and everything too. Does it feel like maybe I don't know, what is the feeling coming in this year compared to last year? Do you feel a little bit more energetic? Do you sense that from the guys coming in too? What is that? What does that feel?
Yeah, no doubt. I think a couple things. One, Fan Fest last weekend was tremendous, and just to see the response of the fans was it is energy giving, and just to see their excitement, to understand how impactful it was, that stretch run, all that stuff from last season was it's still so fresh in their minds, and that gives you a lot of energy. It gives you a lot of determination to get back to where we want to be. But I think also too that the excitement on our guys' parts, the players, to have such great representation at Fan Fest, guys making it a priority to come up there and to be a part of it in Seattle. It's a tough time to travel a week before spring training, but these guys were willing to do it, and I think that's a testament to their love of the fans as well. And I think it was a great, to have it sold out both days was pretty amazing. And again, just that excitement, you can't help but feed off of that. And I know our guys they've been anxious to get back on the field, and that excitement really helps generate even more motivation to get out there and get started.
We've been hearing Brendan Donovan's name for months now.
Yeah.
It's a guy obviously gets it targeted early. You feel like you have a pretty good sense of who he is and what he is as a player. What was your reaction? What was the feeling when you finally?
Yeah, it was great to meet him. Because we have talked about it for a long time, and I can't commend Jerry and Justin enough on a job that they did there to stay strong on that, and the organization being able to bring him in, and tough to lose a couple of prospects that we have. But I think Brendan and what he does for our lineup and what he does for our team is tremendous. And we like guys with versatility, and he definitely brings that. He brings a lot of on base and just the grinder type. And getting a chance to meet him yesterday finally after having talked about him and talked to him on the phone, it was just great to get a chance to see him. And I think, again, this is a guy that I think, because we have such a good culture here, a good core culture, a core group, I think that he'll be absorbed right in, and we'll get to work right away. So in some ways, it's going to be a little different again because of WBC. Guys will be in and out a little bit. But these first several days of spring, he's here early. He'll get to know our guys pretty quickly.
What does that versatility from your seat do for you? Your ability to kind of plug him all over the place, but also rely on his, elite bat to ball skills. Just from your vantage point, what does he bring to the table?
Yeah, I mean, all of that. I think, as we saw, we were willing to, move guys around as needed. You don't know what's going to come up at the end of a game. You might have to stick somebody somewhere, but to have comfortableness, to have familiarity with different areas on the field, tremendous. And to be a bat that's at the top of the lineup that is going to get on base, is going to set up our big RBI guys in the 2, 3, 4, 5 hole. That's what you want. And when you've got JP and you look at Cole Young and the type of year I think that he could have, and you get those guys at the bottom of the order setting up the top of the order and then the middle, that's what you're looking for in a complete and deep lineup. And I think Brendan is a big piece to be able to get a guy like that and be a part of that, setting the table so that our guys can drive him in.
Shannon isn't here, but so we asked the lineup question. So you're penciling Brendan in at the leadoff spot.
I mean, we'll see how it all shapes out. Obviously, throughout spring and whatnot. But I think, like I said, he completes a lineup, and he can be a guy that could be up there. But we'll just, obviously, we haven't played a game, we haven't done anything yet. But he's a guy that I think could fill that role, and we'll just see how it goes throughout.
A 360 on base percentage for his career kind of makes sense.
It's helpful for sure.
The point is his versatility, but do you like him at third base? Is that spot? Obviously, we can see him a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's played some, more early in his career, but I think that's a position that he's been at. There is some familiarity there, and he's the type of guy that's willing to take that on again, and again, he's ready and willing to go wherever he can contribute, and that's what you got to love about a guy like that, and that's what we're excited about.
And Josh and Cal, Wu, and those guys went to the Super Bowl. Cal's been to a bunch of the games. You went with him, but to see how those guys go to the Super Bowl and just kind of embrace the whole Seahawks thing and the city, how important is that for your culture of your organization to have them embrace the community that they play in?
Oh, I think it's everything. I think just the affection that our guys feel for the city of Seattle and for the fan base there. You can't just express how important that is. And I think when you see T-Mobile come alive like it did, all season long, particularly in the playoffs, and as a player, you're so appreciative of that. And I think a direct reflection of that is those guys coming up to FanFest and being a part of that, and understanding how important it is, to be a part of the Seattle community. And I know our guys really appreciated having a lot of football guys around during our playoff run, and our guys really enjoyed being a part of the playoff run for them. When you've got sort of that synergy between teams, I think there's a lot to be said for that too. So I think it's I don't know, especially in Naylor's case, if I've seen a player get tied to a city so quickly, and their appreciation has been really shown back and forth, I think, and that's really cool to see too. And that's what these guys are. They're good people, and they want to win on top of everything, and that's what we're here to do.
You know, see even more comfort from Josh since he signed the contract. I mean, this is a guy that had been traded 5 times in his career. Now, he came in and embraced the city, but it seems like he's even more into it now that he's got some.
Yeah, I mean, just having been on the other side of Josh before, it's hard to know. But I think you're right. I think he has embraced Seattle. I think Seattle embraced him right away, and I know he's a guy that, as we've talked about, he's got that intensity and that desire to win. And when you feel good about where you're at and you have that intensity and a team that's committed to winning, I think you feel pretty comfortable. So it's great to have him back. And already he's been out there with our infield guys and getting some early voluntary work in, and great to see Josh out here. And he's definitely one of those guys that we look to for leadership for sure.
Getting his contract done at the beginning of the offseason and then kind of bookending it with the acquisition of Donovan, just how complete does the lineup and I guess the roster as a whole feel as you enter this camp?
Yeah, I think it was a huge piece, and I think getting Josh early on really set the tone, and then I think BD was kind of the final piece that we needed, and like you said, it gave us the depth that we really looked for, and so I think in terms of personnel and who we have, we're excited about who we have in that clubhouse, and not just from a player perspective, but as a person perspective, as we've talked about. What they bring to the table as people is equally, if not more important. But as players, they want to win, and they want to win in a big way, and that's what we're down here to do. Prepare ourselves again. Can't lose sight of the things that we have to do to get to where we need to go. But I think our guys are ready for that, and that's what we're going to get started with here in the first of the opening part of spring training.
Any health updates, surprises, or anything this game?
No, nothing right now. I think guys, like I said, have put some work in the off season, and I think that that's showing early on. Guys are out here, they're ready, they're here early, and so I think at this point there's no surprises.
Nobody yet anticipate anybody having trouble getting in with visa issues or anything. It always seems to be 1 or 2 every year.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything yet, so we'll see. But I think again, guys, with the WBC, I think guys have kind of gotten here a little bit earlier than they have in the past, and I love the feeling that's here, and guys are ready.
You got to go to the NFC Championship game, experience that with Cal
Yeah.
too. Obviously, we know you guys have had a close relationship for a while now too. But just coming off the season he's pulled in so many different directions. But similar thing with him, obviously feeling connected to the city and the Seahawks and all that too. But you guys, your relationship, how has that kind of grown and developed since you've sort of been in this seat?
Yeah, I mean, I was super grateful. He asked he said he had an extra ticket. I said, sure, I'll go with you. Kind of an easy answer there. But, again, I think he's an exceptional player, as we saw last year. But I think equally as important, as I say, off the field, what he brings to our club is important. And, you can't ask for a better leader, a better human, and I think that's only going to continue to get bigger and better and stronger, and so it's great to see that, and I was thankful for the call for sure.